Hello. Yes, it's another day. We have another session. But before we proceed, I would like you guys to subscribe to this channel. If you are serious about practical cybersecurity control, then please subscribe so that you are not left behind with what is happening with this channel. And if you watch a video and you like it, please like it so that we grow the video streaming, so that we grow the channel. It becomes easier, accessible to everyone. And we have this WhatsApp number down the right of this screen. This is for you to send us if you have any query or any concern about any cyber control. You can text us and we are going to respond to you. And also we have opened now a special group for those people who want to be timely updated with what is happening with this channel and to have other information that we cannot upload through the video. So in this video description, you're going to see the group link. You can click it and link it. So without further ado, let us proceed. And today we are going to talk about Osquery, the part of Elastic Stack. Yeah, today we are going to talk about Osquery, which is over here. Actually, you are going to this menu here, then you scroll it down because Osquery is always down here. Yeah. You scroll down is here. Here it's Osquery. So you click it. So before we proceed, what is this component of Elastic Stack? Actually, Osquery is an independent open source project. And the idea behind is for you to be able to query your operating system for any data about it when that operating system is running. This is useful in cybersecurity, for instance, to having a visibility of what is happening in your server. You can query for the RAM usage, you can query for the application that are running, you can query for user data block, actually for anything. And they have made it so easy in such a way that you just query the operating system as if you are writing a normal SQL query command. And it doesn't matter whether you are interacting with Windows or Linux or Mac operating system, the syntax is the same. So today we are going to see it in its use, and we are going to relate it with our coverage of practical cyber controls that we need to improve our cyber space. So this is the view of Osquery if you visit it through the Elastic Stack. And of course, the view may be somehow different with mine because mine have run some queries. So you may not see some queries for you. But here are some buttons or some option that you can use on Osquery. And we are going to start with this live query. So we are going to start a new query here. And here you are going to see some option that you can run a single query or you can run a pack query. A single query is just a single query that you run once at a time. And for the case of a pack, these are batches of queries that you run to focus on a specific thing. We are going to see them later. For now, we are going to use just a single query for the purpose of this introduction. But as I said, this component is very useful as it provides you with visibility. It provides you with compliance because you can see what is happening with your assets. On the other end, for those people who are doing forensics or for some of us who are doing cyber security staffs, it's provided with the ability to do threat hunting, to detect issues, and all other stuffs are possible by using this one tool. So for now, we are going to see how can we run a query. Remember, if you have not seen the previous video, you have to visit them first because in previous video, we have shown how we integrated, how we added agents and how we added this integration of Osquery. So here, we have to specify which agents are we targeting for the query to run. As long as you have added agent to your given asset, you are going to see them here. So you can select if it's all agent, or you can choose if it's just based on the platform, based on the policy. We have seen what policies are about. So you can choose even based on the policy here. For us, we have just one policy or a specific agent name. So those are the options. But for this first query, I want to use it for Windows because I want to run a query that displays for me all applications that are installed in my assets. And we said when we talked about the second control that we need to have inventory of the application. So this is the way we are going to achieve that. Remember, if you have multiple agents, it means that you can select for all agents. And when you run that particular query, the Elastic Stack is going to push to all agents and return results of all applications that are stored in that particular agents. So for my case, because I have just one Windows agent, I'm going to select it. And of course, the beauty of Elastic Stack, as I've been saying before, it has already a number of some common useful queries. And this is the same for different components of it. So for my case, because I want to see the application learning on this window, I can search for application, and the query I want to execute is this one. So I'm selecting this one. So you can see this query is just as normal SQL query. You select all from. Now the tables using OSQuery, the tables now are concerned about the particular object that you want to access from your given operating system. And as been saying before, these queries are independent of the operating system. You are writing them the same way, and they can be executed on any operating system. Of course, there are some variation. There are some kind of queries or some kind of object that are different from Ubuntu to Mac and what, but the universal syntax is the same. So by running this query here, I can retrieve all programs that are currently running in my Windows agent or on my Windows server machine. This advanced advanced window here is about mapping the fields that are from OS query to the name that you want preferred, the name that you prefer for them to be called. So for now, it's not important for me. The default mapping is good and it's okay for me. So here I'm going to execute this query. I'm clicking submit. Then I'll start to see the query running. For now, 0 agents have been responded because no agent has been executing the query. Now, 1 agent has responded and the data has already been submitted. So you can see now, by just that simple command, now I see all applications that have been installed in my Windows operating system or in my Windows server machine or on my Windows agent. So I can increase the size of this window by clicking here so that I can see it properly. And of course, I can even expand the field that I have interest with. For now, I just want you to see this application's name. And I've started with Windows because I know it's common for you guys to know, yeah, this is the particular application. So any installation that has been happening on your Windows server, on your Windows machine, you are going to see it here and all relevant details. So for the case of cybersecurity, software inventory, so you can have all the applications that have been stored in your particular machine. And this is for the case of one machine. But if I push it for all agents, then I can have this picture for all agents that are currently deployed in my particular infrastructure. And of course, I can even export these results, but I'm not going to cover it today because the exporting wants us to go to Discover, which we are going to talk it more when we are talking about audit log management. So for the case of this part, I think you can see all these feeds and all the information, the installation location, the source, and even the publisher of that given application. If it's Microsoft, if it's Adobe, if it's what. So you can take your time to see all the parameter provided. And of course, all the columns are shown here. So you can decide to decrease or to increase a column that you want to be shown in your particular report. And if I want to minimize the window back, I can just click it here. Then I'm going to the previous screen. So as simple as that, you can have any important information on your running operating system, wherever it is, as long as you have already installed agent on it. And as I said, this tool is very powerful. Today, I've just given you a snapshot. So you can go further and further and use it in very versatile ways. As I said before, the use case, just for mention a few. So that is the example for the programs. What if I want to know the hardware that is, the hardware specification or the hardware configuration of where my agents are running? So as usual, I can just come here to these predefined queries. And for now, I can search for info because I'm concerned with this query here. So for this query now, as you can see, what differs is just the schema. The first schema was on programs, but this one is on system info. So by running this one, I can have all the system information of my target. For the first case, I just specified Windows, but now I want for all agents, which for my case is one for Windows and another one for Ubuntu. So I run this query again, and it does its magic. Yeah, waiting for the results now. Now for now, 0 agents, now the 2 agents, because they are just 2 agents. And I can even increase the screen now as before to see what has been displayed. So I can see where is the drop rates, And for this one, is the virtual machine. That's why you don't see many parameters. But for even this one, it's also another instance of virtual machines. But if you are using a bare metal machine, then you're going to see more descriptive information about this hardware, the kind of CPU they have, and the kind of serial number for a particular hardware, and all these parameters. So at least this gives you an overview of what Osquery is all about. And of course, for the case of hardware inventory, as you can see, this information is not enough, but I'm going to show you further as we proceed with these videos, especially when we are going to talk more about discover and audit logs. There we can have a better way of having inventory for our hardware. Because if you recall, we said that you need to have at least the MAC address, the host name, and the static IP. And all those information here are not. But at least you can see this other information. So as we proceed and when we come to the part of discovering, especially when we talk more about audit logs, then we are going to see a better way of having inventory of your hardware. But at least now you can see the power of Osquery. And as usual, you can you can decide which field to show and which field to hide. So I can just minimize it here and proceed. So the Osquery, as I said, is a very powerful tool, and you can learn more about it by just visiting their link. Just by clicking here, you are going to be taken straight to their particular link where they talk more about all the schemas or all the possible information that you can retrieve by using Osquery. As I said, this tool is very powerful for different use cases, including your visibility, threat hunting, and your different use cases. So if you are a server administrator, if you are a cyber guy, if you are a normal person who is managing or supporting users' desktop machine, this tool can be useful for you. So in a nutshell, this is what Osquery is all about and its overview. But today I want to leave you with an assignment. So we have seen how to display the applications in Windows machine by just including the stable programs. But I want you guys now to learn or to try to retrieve now all packages that have been installed in Linux machine. And the difference will just be here. Instead of using programs for Windows, there is a specific table, and you know that you're going to find it here because here you're going to see the full Osquery schema. There is a specific table that stores package installed on Debian or a Linux operating system. So that one I'm leaving you for assignment. But as usual, if you have stuck somewhere, if you have a concern, you can WhatsApp us by using the number at the bottom right of this screen. But also you can join the discussion. You can join the updates of this channel by joining our special WhatsApp group, and you're going to see that link in the description of this video. So that's it for today, guys. Until next time, have a good day.